Liberal hatred for the voice of the people raises its ugly head on Twitter. I'm Brian Lilly with TheRebel.media. The people of Britain have spoken. They voted 52% to leave the European Union, and that is leaving some on this side of the pond in quite a tizzy. Many of them are upset the Conservative politicians dared to say anything positive about the result. Like Jason Kenney, the former Minister of Everything under Stephen Harper, who said this after the vote: "Congratulations to the British people on choosing hope over fear by embracing a confident, sovereign future open to the world. #Brexit. He also tweeted, "Justin Trudeau was wrong to interfere in the British people's internal democratic decision on EU membership. A terrible, short-sighted gaffe. Canada should immediately demonstrate respect for the choice made by the British people and prioritize negotiation of a Canada-UK free trade deal." Well, Kenny's right. It's the voice of the British people, and it wasn't for Justin Trudeau or any other foreign leader to interfere. I mean, imagine how they would feel about foreign leaders interfering on one side or another in a referendum in Canada. We've had plenty of them, even in my own lifetime. They wouldn't be too happy with foreign leaders cheering on Quebec, let's say. How have Liberals in this country reacted? Well, Rob Silver, he's well connected to the Trudeau PMO. He's often a Liberal surrogate on cable news shows. Here's how he put it: "Prominent Canadian Conservative politicians celebrating the Brexit vote is staggeringly short-sighted and also baffingly out of touch." Amanda Alvaro, another person that shows up to speak on behalf of the Liberals over at the state broadcaster, says, "While Jay Kenney and Tony Clement celebrate," and she linked to a story about the Canadian dollar losing 1.5 cents in early trading. But the best has to go to Trudeau's brain trust, Gerald Butts, his principal advisor, who actually tried to link Jason Kenney's comments about this to racism, to dictators like Vladimir Putin. I mean, we often hear from people on the left how, the rhetoric of the right is divisive. Tell me how this is not divisive. Tell me how this is not liberal sneering arrogance from Gerald Butts. He tweeted out, "Kenney joins an international class of Brexit celebrants, including Le Pen, Farage, and Putin." Now, Nigel Farage is leader of one of the most popular parties in Britain at the moment. He is a mainstream political figure in that country. Marie Le Pen may be on the outside, on the fringes in France, and Vladimir Putin, well, he's a foreign dictator. So Jason Kenney celebrating the choice of 52% of the British people makes him some kind of bigot, makes him in league with dictators like Vladimir Putin. That's liberal logic for you. They disdain the voice of the people. It's why Gerald Butts and Justin Trudeau don't want you to have a vote on changes to our electoral system. They are against the voice of the people. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that in the story Butts linked to, by Huffington Post, a liberal mouthpiece if ever there was one, there are several tweets from the normally sensible John Ivison over at National Post, who takes Kenney to task and claims that this is a victory for dog whistle politics, the likes of used by Donald Trump, and bigotry. Well, kudos to Jason Kenney for pointing out that 52% of the British people are not bigots, and that you can have sensible discussions on free trade and immigration rules without being some kind of xenophobe. But unfortunately, in today's political discourse, that's what it amounts to. You'll agree with me or I'll call you a racist. You'll agree with me or I'll call you a xenophobe. And if you don't like the European Union project, then you obviously hate everybody who isn't just like you. That's not what the British people voted for this week. They voted for sovereignty back. They voted for no longer having bureaucrats determine the curvature of a banana. They voted for no longer having bureaucrats try and hassle them about drinking pints of beer instead of liters of beer. They voted for bringing power back to Britain. They voted to make Britain great again. As far as I'm concerned, that is something to celebrate.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.